everyone, it's Deborah. I want to shoot down or disclaim some of the rumors that are going around my channel especially about the one I did called, What's Wrong with These Guys. Evidently, there's a big dispute whether or not it is okay to call anybody before 9 a.m. or after 9 p.m. Let me set the record straight. If you are in a relationship with a guy or a girl, it's perfectly okay, to give them that good night phone call or wake up and say good morning to your lover or your best friend, whatever. But I learned about telephone etiquette in 7th grade at Sidney Lanier in Fairfax. We had a class on this, people. Also, I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. Almost everyone in my family was in construction, and we never called a client before 9. It's just something you don't do. So I got a lot of hate from people who said, "Oh, you blocked the poor guy." I didn't know the poor guy, okay? He expressed an interest in helping me on Facebook. Now, keep in mind, I'm not on Facebook. I have too much on my plate. When my to-do list gets out of control, I get off of Facebook. I deactivated it. But this guy had been a Facebook friend for maybe a year. I've never met him. He begged me for my phone number. I gave it to him. The very next morning, it was like I knew it was going to happen. I get a call from him, 6:30, okay? Now, just a week before this, a high school friend who'd been madly in love with me was calling me at 11:30. I finally realized it was more than that. And when I was trying to tell him what I'm going through right now and that I couldn't come and visit him and blah, 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 he told me to shut the fuck up. That's when I realized this guy was evil. He was not nice. Because if a man or a woman does not let you talk, or if you cease to have a voice, block them. A lot of y'all got mad, and especially come from women. You women were hard on me saying, "You blocked the poor guy." I didn't know the poor guy, but anybody who calls me at 6:30, and he knew I worked the night shift. He knew I didn't get in bed till like 1 a.m. To call me at 6:30 was totally uncalled. I mean, it's just rude. You think that's acceptable in your life, then go ahead. But you don't have my life. You don't work the evening shift. So get off of my butt, okay? Get off of my ass. I have to do what's right for me in my world, okay? All right? Yes, I blocked him, and I will. If you all have seen my video, the July 3rd Nightmare guy, I gave this guy 3 chances, and our relationship ended with him in the middle of the road in his underwear, okay? So I give these guys chances, but every time I give them a second chance, I kick myself in the butt, because I have learned there's red flags out there, people, and if you ignore them, you're the idiot. You're the one that needs help, right? So I don't ignore those red flags anymore. I don't have time to pussyfoot around a guy or a relationship. And I'm a firm believer in a lot of these guys don't know how to ask a girl on a date. I have guys walking around my counter just staring at me, but they don't take it any further. Or they'll look at me like, well, like I saw a guy on a golf cart the other week, and he looked at me like, well, what? That's not how you ask a girl on a date, by giving her hand gestures or whatever. It's about walking up to her as a gentleman and saying, "Would you like to have a cup of coffee? Would you like to go out to dinner?" That's all it takes, And if you get a little bit of rejection, don't take it personal. It's probably because she's too goddamn busy, or she's got bills to pay. It's all about the bills, people. Nobody's paying my bills. Okay. No. All right, let's get off that subject. No, really, nobody's paying my bills. A lot of rumors are going around that I left my husband destitute, and that he's a sad soul, and that he has no money to eat. Let me tell you what. I gave him a business that we started 45 years ago. I gave him that business. I gave him a fleet of trucks. People, I signed the title at DMV. It took me 3 days because I owned so many trucks, and DMV will only let you sign over so many a day. So I also gave him about 150 acres of land that was also in my name, and also the house. So you guys, you know, you got to stop that. It's just hilarious. Evidently, you don't know the divorce laws in the state of Virginia. It is half, people. I can see where you're coming from if you've just been married to this person for a year or two, but it was 42 years of my life, okay? That was my occupation. It was, was the business that we had together. So no, he is not destitute. He is kind of sick right now, and I'm very worried about him. He's not doing well, but he is usually very healthy. I don't think he was ever sick for the first 30 years of our marriage. But yeah, he is not destitute. He's fine. He's driving a platinum Ford truck and a Cadillac, people. He just remodeled his whole house. He just bought new furniture. So, okay, you guys can give me an apology now. Okay, he is not destitute. If anything, I'm the one that's a little struggling because, I didn't want to be on alimony, but just for a couple of years. I had to go on alimony, people, because I am disabled, and that is the least that he owed me, right? At least. And yes, women can get on alimony. Yes, men can get alimony. So you haters out there can keep on hating, because this is the law. It's not about me. It is the law, people. Some people need help. Yes, I make my own money now. I do have one person who does help me, and I'm grateful as hell, because I am getting ready to have another operation. This will probably be the 5th operation in 10 years. Let's see. I had a tumor taken out of my ovaries, and then I had a spinal fusion, a laminectomy, a discectomy. I had 6 rods in my back, and I had a right hip replacement, and now I have to have my left hip done. And you're probably wondering, how do you know when your hip is going bad? Well, I had little subtle signs in the last 2 months. One was, once in a while I would start limping, and then it would go away. And then another one was, I would toss and turn at night, and I couldn't lift up my rear because it would hurt to change positions in the bed. And another one was, I have a hard time bending over, and I noticed my housework started getting really backed up, and it's because I don't want to bend over. It hurts, okay? Then I drove, I think 2 days before Christmas, to Woodbridge to visit my sister, driving a clutch. And of course, the clutch, for you people who don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, it's on the left side. You use your left foot. But at the time I turned around and came back, I couldn't move the next day. That's when I realized my left hip was just totally gone. So my appointment is February 11th with my surgeon, who is a famous orthopedic surgeon for athletes. He's a good 2 hours away. So I had to get confirmation for my employer, who knew that I couldn't bend over anymore. So I went and got an x-ray, and the doctor looked at me and she goes, oh yeah, you're bone on bone. So she did give me something for pain and a muscle relaxer. That will get me through almost to February the 11th. course, when you go on these kind of pain pills, you got to get on those stool softeners. Yeah. So on top of all this, my nephew's been in the hospital for abscessed tooth. My grandson has an abscessed tooth. A friend of mine just had her tonsils and adenoids taken out, and then my granddaughter had her tonsils out. Now, she's going to be 21 next month. And let me tell you what, that is not an easy surgery. She is suffering. My son was supposed to have this surgery, and he is chicken. He chickened out when he was in his 20s. He didn't have it because, you know, I was making so much money with my business that I was paying for my grandchildren's hospitalization and his wife's. It was like $800 a month, you know. But he should have taken advantage of it when he could have. But now, you know, I'm no longer associated with that business, and I don't have the group, Blue Cross Blue Shield anymore. But if any of y'all have hospitalization, go and have these surgeries that you need to have done. Don't chicken out. My granddaughter's been there for every one of my surgeries, and I wanted to be there for hers, and nobody at my job would take my shift. So that kind of was down. It made me feel a little down. So I did spend the night with her the same night as her surgery. I drove from working on a shift, drove all the way to her house, and to be there, and I made sure she was okay all through the night because I'm a light sleeper. I got up every 2 hours and went and checked on her. And so yeah, I was there, and then she had people that was calling, and someone else was there with her. So yeah, it is not easy getting old people, and you're probably wondering what these presents are. Well, I bought them at 90% off, so if it was $6.99, I got it for 69 cents. I think that's how it works. I think that's how you do 90%. I'm not a math genius, but yeah, look at this little kitchen set. I got a crystal glowing from Smithsonian. I got a talking tea set, but I'm not sure how you're supposed to do this. How it's supposed to talk, I'm not sure. It says try me. Well, I don't know how to try me. What is it? Press the button for light and sound. Well, I don't know what button it is. All right, maybe that's the button. There, no. I don't know where the button is. Make believe play. Lights up. I can't get it to work. I don't know how to do it. Okay. Enough of that. All right, so I will say goodbye. And my bra hurts. Oh my God. I got these earrings from Burlington. I think they are so cool. What you can like wear different colors with this, and this theme or this design is very popular now, where it looks like raffia strapped around the metal. Okay, so I hope I've eased some of y'all's rumors about me. Oh my God. Oh, there's some other rumors. People think I'm a lesbian. Oh, people think I'm a man hater. I'm going to tell you what. If my mother was alive, she would die laughing. She would die laughing. My sisters would die laughing because they go, oh, Debbie was the one that was boy crazy. Yeah. I love men. I adore them. I just don't like rudeness. Okay. I just adore men. I love everything about them. But I don't like the guys that are slobs and who are rude and disrespectful and say hateful things, you know. And some of these haters that I have are with the men going their own way. Well, honey, I'm a woman going her own way. And why are you guys even watching me? Don't you have a life? You guys that are going your own way, you've given up women for whatever reason, or you don't want to get into a relationship, go watch touch somebody else, go bully somebody else. I am so against bullying. You know, I even did a video about Wendy Williams bullying somebody with a cleft palate because my grandson was born with bilateral cleft palate. So, yeah, you guys, you don't know the facts. You don't know the facts. You don't know the law. So I suggest you get educated. All right. Bye.